European leaders reconfirmed the EU's readiness to provide sustainable military support to Ukraine for as long as it takes, and condemned the deliberate destruction of the dam at the Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant, which puts at risk the safety and security of Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant.
We have to make Ukraine able to defend. So the European Peace Facility for Ukraine, maybe it has to become a Ukrainian defense fund. The training has to continue. The modernization of the army has to continue.
The European Union and its member states will intensify international support for the key principles and objectives of Ukrainian's peace formula, including through an upcoming global peace summit.
So now it's the time to really double down on our support for Ukraine. And this was discussed today in many different topics. For example, on the military side, under your presidency, the member states agreed to use 2 billion euros from the European Peace Facility to procure ammunition for Ukraine. We have already delivered over 220,000 ammunition rounds and over 2,000 missiles. And we are now well on track to deliver the 1 million rounds, which are foreseen within the next 12 months.
European leaders condemned the continued military support for Russia's war of aggression provided by Iran and Belarus, and were concerned by the continued slowdown in the implementation of the Black Sea Grain Initiative.
The most important thing and the most immediate and urgent task is to support Ukraine, to ensure that Ukraine prevails as a sovereign, independent nation in Europe.
President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky had a speech on the first day of the summit.
Dear colleagues, partners, I'm grateful to all of you who's helping our defense against Russian aggression. Thank you for every air defense system provided to us. They do save lives, it's truth. And thank you for the European initiative on 1 million shells and rounds for Ukraine, for our tank coalition, and for all the defense packages that have been provided to our country. This is truly historic cooperation for the defense of Europe. Ukraine is grateful to Lithuania and Poland, and we will not allow Russia or its terrorist groups to even try to undermine the security of the Lithuanian and Polish people from the territory of Belarus. For Ukraine, the security of our partners is also our security.
The attempt of the military coup was one of the main topics for participants.
Everything remains unclear what has happened, who were behind this attempt of military upheaval or military rebellion?
Russia is unstable, unpredictable and dangerous, was yesterday and is the same right now.
European leaders were shocked with the collapse of Russian authority, which could not prevent the action of Wagner Group.
It seems that Putin is not the only master in town, and that he has lost what Machiavelli said it's the basis of the state, which is the monopoly of force.
In contrast with the very strong EU unity and NATO EU unity. This is a very important point.
The support for Ukraine may ensure stability at the eastern border of the European Union in case of public disorders or another coup in Russia.
To be honest, we have no interest in a destabilized Russia, and I have really clearly taken distance from Putin's words, saying that it was in our interest that there was mayhem and discourse and chaos in Russia. It is not.
We should also keep in mind that the erosion of Wagner will not only play a role in Ukraine, but will also play a role in Africa, because Putin has projected his power through Wagner in Africa, and here too we will certainly see the effects of the erosion.
Vitaly Sizov from Brussels for UATV channel.